Another thing is that hypocrisy. I just want to go back to that real quick. It's the reason why each of us went vegan for sure. There's a story that I have on my YouTube of Gary Yourofsky. I was in the car with him and he was telling this really awesome story that I'd never heard before about how a hockey team in Detroit used to throw octopuses onto the ice, and he was an animal rights guy at the time. Every time someone would score a goal, they would do this. And he was an animal rights guy at the time who was protesting this, and he called a radio station and he started saying, "What's next? Are we gonna have all these other teams with sharks and lions in their names also throwing those animals onto the ice every time they score a goal?" And he was going nuts. And then the radio guy said, "Whoa, Gary, chill, chill. What did you have for dinner last night?" And then Gary was like, "A salad." And it was that moment that he realized that no other answer could have been acceptable. And the hypocrisy was what got Gary Yourofsky to go vegan. That night, he said, was the night that he went vegan.
My hometown hockey team, the Detroit Red Wings, have an absurd tradition that's been going on since the 60s, maybe the 50s, of throwing dead octopuses on the ice during a playoff game. I call up a radio station, WDFN, in Detroit, 11:30. The host's name is Greg Henson. By the way, that radio station's still on. That disc jockey is still on the air on a different station. He created me, and he doesn't know that he created me. I didn't know how to talk back then. It was 95. I was a screamer. I was a ranter, and I got on the air, and I just said, "This is absurd. What's next? The Detroit Tigers are going to throw dead tigers on the field. The San Jose Sharks are going to throw dead sharks in the field." And I started naming every team with an animal mascot I could think of. "Well, what's next? I'm going to throw dead..." And just rambling. And he stops me about a minute into my ramble and he says, Gary, hold on. What'd you have for dinner last night?" Now, I knew what he meant. I've been avoiding it for 2 years now. Now, one of my best traits besides fearlessness is that I never lie. Everybody knows this because the truth I speak gets me in trouble. I say shit that no one, I speak the truth. Well, I freaked out at that time and I did something I never do. I lied. And I said a salad to show you how much I knew about veganism, vegetarian, like everyone else, a salad. Now, instantly I feel fucking horrible, terrible, hurt that I lied. Especially because he backed off. I now had the upper hand. He didn't expect that. And to his credit, as much as I disagree with his philosophy, he acknowledged that he lost that comment and backed off. And let me go on for another minute. And he felt so beat by that. At the end, he says to me, as I'm winding down, "Gary, is there anything else you'd like to say?" I'm just, oh my God, I can't believe I lied. How many thousands of people just heard me lie? This is terrible. How can I do that? This is in my head, of course. And I say on the air, now to Greg, "No, Greg, that's it. Thanks. Let me on the air." And that's a lot of time on the air. 2 to 3 minutes uninterrupted, pretty much. And as I hung up the phone, as the phone hung up, by the way, yes, I was using a real phone back in the day. As I hung up the phone, before it hit the console, I said, "That is the shortest lived lie ever. I'm done. Make up for that lie right now," and I never touched it. That moment, on the way down, I made up for the lies. Now it's not a lie. It's over. It was over.
I heard stories about the elephant story in Michigan. He talked about a circus incident, and then there was this other incident, but it wasn't that. He was going to Thornapple Valley Pig Farm in Michigan and seeing pigs being slaughtered. Every day he kept going and witnessing. He couldn't believe that this was going on. He hadn't gone vegan until that guy said, "You're a hypocrite." So please understand how powerful that is.